What's up, guys? True Crime King back with ya. So we're gonna be taking a look back at the Delphi case, doing some recaps and catch everybody up on what happened. Because next month, this suspect Richard Allen has another bail hearing. So, and I'm probably gonna be doing some more videos on it. So. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows about this case. It's a big one. So, here we go.
Let's start all the way back in 2017. It's February 13th, and 13-year-old Abby and her best friend, 14-year-old Libby, want to get out of the house and do something. It's a nice day. They have the day off from school. They're restless. So Libby's sister drops them off at the Delphi Historic Trails a little before 2 p.m. Her dad was planning to pick them up around 3, but they never showed. The last place they were seen was the Monon High Bridge. It's an abandoned railroad trestle that spans...
Okay, yeah, so this is the bridge where the guy that has been arrested for this, Richard Allen, admits he was there on this bridge. And he says he was there because he wanted to watch the fish that are in the little river, like 60 feet below this bridge. Okay, so that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say they were going fish watching, you know? Unless these fish are the size of sharks, you're not gonna be able to see fish too well, right? Especially from like 60 feet up in the air. So that was definitely a little fishy, but yeah.
Deer Creek. At 2:07 p.m., Libby posted a picture of Abby on Snapchat posing on the bridge. At 2:13 p.m., she turned on her camera again, this time in secret. With the phone held low to her body, she managed to get this video of a heavyset man in a blue jacket coming across the bridge toward...
That's him. What that used to be known as Bridge Guy, we now know it's Richard Allen.
them. Police later released this audio of him telling them to go down the hill. So a volunteer search party found their bodies the next day, posed in some kind of gruesome way that the police won't talk about publicly.
It was they were posed in some kind of religious, I heard it was like a religious pose. Like, one of the girls had their hands, like, praying, I believe. Allegedly. But, yeah, so...
They were less than a quarter of a mile northeast of the bridge on the other side of Deer Creek. Some of their clothes were also found in the water. Now, since that Valentine's Day, the police have been very quiet about the details of the investigation, not even releasing how the girls were killed, although there's been plenty of online speculation, but little to no actual progress.
Okay, so there was a bullet, unfired bullet, you know, found about 2 feet away from one of the girls' bodies. So we are presuming they were shot.
Until now. With the unsealed affidavit, we can fill in
Shot or strangled.
a lot of missing pieces, starting with the audio from Libby's phone and a piece of evidence they found at the crime scene. One of the girls said the word gun, and then a .40 caliber round from a 6 Sauer was found on the ground between the girls' bodies. Apparently, when a round is ejected but not fired, it leaves marks unique to the type of weapon it came from.
Yeah, so what happened was it must have got jammed in the slide, and when he was messing with the slide to get it unjammed, it probably fell out on the ground and he couldn't find it. So that means his gun didn't work the first time. So if the girls weren't killed from gunshot, then he he must have used something else.
From. And Rick Allen owns a SIG. We're going to come back to this. But for now, you need to get a better picture of the area. If you walk about a half mile northwest from the Mononhai Bridge, you come to Freedom Bridge. That's a pedestrian bridge that gets you onto the Mononhai Trail. It's like one of many trailheads. Okay, so with that in mind, let's rewind about 20 minutes before Libby and Abby are dropped off. So a group of teenagers, they're out and about, they're walking the trails, they're passing some time, they're taking photos, they're basically doing exactly what Libby and Abby were intending to. So now they're on their way home, and they're walking towards the Freedom Bridge when a creepy guy passed them. So they're polite, they say hi to him, but he just glared at them and kept walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. Keep that phrase in the back of your mind. So later, when the news about the girls' murders came out, these teenagers went to the police and gave them a description of the man they saw. And they remembered him being a white guy, heavy set, about 5'10", wearing dark clothes, a blue jacket, jeans, hat on, his face kind of covered. Allegedly, the guy in the video that Libby managed to grab. Around the same time that the teenagers are leaving for home, a woman is taking a nature walk along the trails, and she comes to the Mononhai Bridge. She sees a man, same kind of guy matching the description the teenagers gave, standing on the first platform of the bridge. He's about 50 feet from her. She turns around and heads back down the trail. As she's walking, two teenage girls pass her, headed toward the bridge, Libby and Abby. She sees no other adults, just the man on the bridge. The man that Abby and Libby are headed straight for. So according to the affidavit, no one else in the park saw this man or the girls after that. Then, just before 4 p.m., a woman driving east on County Road 300 North sees something bizarre. A man in a muddy, bloody clothes, looking like he just got into some kind of a fight, is walking the opposite direction. And lo and behold, he fits the description that the people in the park later gave the police. Heavy set, blue coat, etc. He's headed toward the old Child Protective Services building. As it happens, the same woman that saw that man standing on the bridge, she also noticed a car parked at that building when she drove away at 2:14 p.m. It caught her attention because it was backed in close to the building, like the driver didn't want anyone to see the license plate. And she wasn't the only one who saw it. Another person driving past later told police that they saw the car there too. At the time, Rick owned a 2016 black Ford Focus, which looks a lot like that description. But more importantly than the type of car he owned was the fact that he was there at the exact same time the group of teenagers and the woman saw that creepy guy on the trails. And we know he was there because he told a conservation officer he was there back in 2017. So here's what he had to say according to the affidavit. He went to the bridge between 1:30 and 3:30. He claimed he never saw Abby and Libby. He did say he saw the group of teenage girls, the girls that thought he was creepy, but he didn't talk to them. And he said he parked at that building, although he called it the old Farm Bureau building, even though Farm Bureau has never been in that location. But the police are assuming he meant the old Child Services building. He claimed he didn't see anyone else because he was taking a nature walk while watching a stock ticker on his phone, as one does. And then he said he stood on the first platform of the bridge to watch the fish in the river below. Which, were they dolphins? That bridge is 63 feet up. Anyhow, after that...
That's what I said. So I guess what she didn't say yet was there was two guys working at a building across the street from this CPS building, and they said they saw a car parked about 100 feet up, not parked at the building, about 100 feet up on the wood line, like on the grass, like pulled over in the grass, almost in the wood line. So there's some controversy over where the car actually was.
He said he went and sat on a bench on the trail and then left. Of course, Police believe that the creepy man that the teenagers saw, the man on the bridge spotted by the solo woman, and the muddy, bloody man witnessed by the driver were all the same guy. 50-year-old married father, longtime well-liked Delphi resident, Rick Allen. And instead of leaving like he claimed, police say he doubled back to the bridge and murdered the girls. But no one ever knew the guy was there because his statement was filed in the wrong place. So it wasn't pursued until 2022 when they took, another look through everything, and then some eagle-eyed person spotted it, and that's when he was arrested and charged.
Yeah, and this Richard Allen guy worked at the only pharmacy in this whole town of Delphi, the CVS, for all those years. With all, and he had the police sketches, posted up like right behind him, and nobody, it didn't look anything like him, or nobody, called in and said it looked like him, obviously, right?
On October 26th. So, who is this guy? At the time of the murders, he would have been 44. He and his wife and their daughter lived in Delphi since 2006. In fact, their house was less than 5 minutes from where the bodies were found. He worked in the CDS, and he even processed some photos for the girls' memorial for free, along with his condolences. If he's found guilty, this guy is a cliche killer, just a quiet, normal guy that no one would suspect could be capable of something like this. When police asked him about the gun, he told police he got it in 2001, but he's never loaned it to anyone, and he couldn't explain why a bullet from it would be found near their bodies. He also says he doesn't know Ron Logan, the owner of the property where they were found, and he would have had no reason to be in that area. Which brings us to the other aspect of this case. Police haven't ruled out the possibility that more than one man could have done this. In fact, WTRV quoted the prosecutor saying, "We have good reason to believe that Richard Allen was not alone."
Yeah, he was talking, or the police first suspected this guy named Keegan Klein because he was connected to this account that was talking to these girls. He had like a fake profile with like this young teenage guy who was a model, and this Keegan guy is a big fat ugly dude that's into child porn. So yeah,
there could be as many as 2 or 3 other people involved.
And Keegan's dad, Tony, is a fucking weirdo too.
Which is why they wanted to keep the affidavit sealed for so long, because something in it they felt would hamper their investigation. So let's talk about Ron Logan for a minute. Now, he was understandably one of the first...
I don't think Ron Logan has nothing to do with this. Hold on. Let's see.
The, at the time, 22-year-old man police arrested for catfishing kids.
This is Keegan Klein.
And child pornography. Then it was revealed that his catfish account under the name Anthony Schatz was the last to communicate with Libby German before her murder, according to WT.
Anthony Schatz is the account name he was using of that model guy.
HR. And the day after he found out the girls were killed, he allegedly texted someone that he and Libby were supposed to meet on the bridge, but she never showed. But was he the only one on the Anthony Schatz account? In the past, the police have hinted that there might be other people that had access to it. So, are the pieces
Yeah, like Keegan's dad
fitting together here? I mean, anything's possible, but
But okay, that was a quick recap. I just wanted to get you all caught up. If you guys put down in the comments if you liked it, maybe I'll do some more on this. Or if you have any theories yourself on who could have helped Richard, put it in the comments. But until next time, True Crime King out.